kind of makes you wonder, with all this talk about the multiverse going around, if they were to bring in Miles Morales, who would you want to play him? We got to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by WeAreCritics.com. And tonight, I want to talk about something that's been running through my mind a bit, so much that I've even had back and forth debates with my guys back at Critics.com, and we've even discussed this over a podcast a couple of times, probably the last one. You might want to check it out. But we always go back and forth with, if they were to bring Miles Morales to a live-action MCU film, who would play him? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you my top 5 who I think should have or could have or maybe in the win to play a live-action Miles Morales. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with the top of the list. I'm going to go with number 5 pick, which it's kind of number 6 pick because he's not actually in my 5, but I think was a wasted casting. I'm talking about none other than Rhenzy Feliz, who you guys may already know from the Runaways show that was Marvel's Hulu show that had came out a few years back. And I'm saying it's a wasted casting. Not that the show wasn't great, because I actually thoroughly enjoyed the Runaways. I thought it was a cool series. It was a different vibe, a different feel than what we were used to in the Marvel Universe. And I actually got through the whole series and quite enjoyed it. I hate that it didn't last that long. And I also liked the little crossover they had did with Cloak and Dagger, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, Rhenzy Feliz, who is actually the only Afro-Latin person on my list. There isn't a lot of them that are in the limelight like that or popular, but I think that he was wasted casted because he would have been a perfect Miles Morales, being that he is Afro-Latin, and he has the look, he has the hair, he definitely looked like he had the physicality to do that. So I think that he would have been a great addition to the Spider Universe, or the Spiderverse, I should say, as a Miles Morales, but that's not going to happen, and I don't think it would ever happen because canon-wise, he's already played a character in the MCU. Even if Marvel X that out, I don't see any chance of him ever being, brought in to the MCU. But, never say never. The multiverse is a weird place, and Marvel can do whatever they want. But, yeah, he's my unofficial top 6 that I threw in there, but he's not in this main list, but I'd have to give him a nod because I think he would have been perfect for that role. So let's jump right back into it and go with my actual number 5, which is Caleb McLaughlin. You all know Caleb McLaughlin. The kid needs no introduction. He is from Stranger Things. He plays Lucas on Stranger Things. But yeah, he's actually been in the air as far as fan casting for quite some time, and I don't think that he's that bad of a choice. We've seen so many iterations of Miles. Like, sometimes he's dark skinned, sometimes he's fair skinned. Like, there's been different versions of Miles Morales floating around out there through comic books, through cartoons, all kinds of fan art. So anyone, like they say, anyone can wear the mask. But yeah, I think that Caleb, he's not a bad pick. Not my pick. I have a solidified one who I would champion to be Miles, but we'll get into that when we get to the end of this list. But he's definitely a good contender, I think, as far as popularity and experience, and someone who probably would deserve the shot to get a run at Marvel's new kid on the block, Miles Morales. So yeah, shout out to Caleb. We see you out there, and I think that you would bring a type of coolness to the mask. Number 4, we're gonna say this one definitely not on my list as my favorite pick, but I have to give nod to this guy because people are talking about it, kind of. Jaden Smith. This buzz came about after he revealed the new song for the Miles Morales video game for the PS5, and I immediately, when I started hearing the rumors about him playing Miles Morales, I was like, nah, that ain't it. And not because I don't think that Jaden is talented. I don't know. With me, with these superhero movies, stories, TV shows, whatever, I like to have that escapism. And I feel like when you cast people that are too well known or in the limelight, and I went back and forth with this with some guys from my camp as well. It's not his fault, you know what I mean? He comes from, you know, Will Smith, like that's his dad, and Jada Pinkett, that's his mom. It's, you know, it's not his fault. It's just that I didn't see it. I still don't see it. I'd be curious to know what the world and what you guys think about it, but he's just never, in my mind, I can't envision him. Maybe before, maybe like post Karate Kid, like immediately, like around that time when he was a little younger, I probably could have seen it. But now, I don't know. He's 22. He's like in his early 20s. So that right there, I don't know, man. Marvel looks like they like the cast close to the age. Like, I know that Tom Holland right now, he's already well past 21, but the story's progressing. When he started, I'm pretty sure he was in his teens when he started. But by now he's old enough to drink. So, but if we're gonna start out, we already know Miles is younger than Peter. Significantly, like he's a young kid, like 15, 16 years old, the same way Spider-Man was. So seeing Jaden in that position and to play that character, I don't know. I don't see it completely. So not for me. But if you guys dig it, hey, you dig it. I mean, the fans will speak. The internet will talk, and the internet usually gets what it wants, and we've seen that. So let's go to number 3. Number 3 is probably a logical pick because, one, he's already in the MCU. And if you know who I'm talking about, you'll know what I mean. I'm talking about Alex Hibbert, who is at the end of Black Panther when T'Challa is talking to his sister about the Wakanda center that he purchased. A young man comes up and asks him if that jet is his, and he says, "Who are you?" And then it cuts. That kid there, I in my mind, kind of like while watching that, I was like, who is that? And why would they be showing him? I already imagined that maybe could he be Miles just visiting, Oakland, and maybe we'll get a glimpse of that same kid back in New York, in Brooklyn. But I did think that maybe that kid could have been. I think a lot of people speculated that at one point because it was like, why this kid? Why now? Why are we showing him in the Black Panther movie? Which would have been really obvious, you know what I mean? But I think he would be a great runner-up. He's only 16, so he's still in his teen years to play that, which means, damn, he must have been very young when he did that role in Black Panther. But I think he would be an awesome pick to play Miles Morales in the upcoming live-action Spiderverse or a Miles Morales storyline of some sort. So shout out to Alex Hibbert, because I think that I think he'd be a great choice, and he's already in the, like I said, his character or whoever he's supposed to be is already in the MCU, so he has that experience with working with Marvel, Disney, and I think that would have been a great transition to write that storyline if it was to happen. So shout out to him. Then we're gonna go to number 2. Number 2, it's getting really closer to, this may be the guy that I would pick. It's a toss-up between him and my number 1, but I'm gonna go with this kid because, 1, he has the look, 2, he is the age, and 2, he has the height to play younger to Peter Parker today. And I'm talking about none other than Miles Brown. And if you guys know Miles Brown, you know Miles Brown from the popular series Blackish. He plays Jack Johnson. And I think just visually, if you see this kid, the picture, he could play the role. He looks like he could be mixed. He looks like he'd be Afro-Latin. I don't know his physical abilities, but I do know that he was a dancer or a rapper or some sort. He has that kind of background, so I can only imagine what he could bring as far as physicality to the role, beyond the look. And he can act, and he's humorous. I mean, he's on one of the most popular TV series out there right now. So I think that Miles Brown would be a phenomenal pick for a live action Miles Morales. And if you guys feel me, please drop a comment or drop a like. And like I said, he's a toss up between my actual pick. But if I had to choose between these two, I don't know. It's really a toss up because one, he's got the age, he's got the look, he's got the experience. But my actual pick, who I was picking for a very, very, very long time until I came across Miles Brown again. Miles Brown was just someone that just wasn't in my head. So maybe it was the popularity thing. I don't know. To me, not to the world, because I know the world knows either or people that I'm talking about. But to me, he wasn't in the front of my mind as far as a pick. But my actual pick, who I thought would have brought crazy depth to this character, because I've been following him. I saw him in It, and I saw him in When the Streetlights Go On, and I'm talking about Chosen Jacobs, Massachusetts native. Shout out to that. Chosen Jacobs, I think, not only has a look, he has great acting range as far as tone. He's done horror. He's done a little bit of drama. I think that in the Marvel universe, in the way that they like to do things, they like to balance, the humor and the drama. I think that he would probably be best fit and look wise too. Like, he looks young. I know he's a little older than Miles. He's 19 years old. He's 5'5". So I think that it's a really close toss up between Miles and Chosen. But my pick, I'm gonna stay loyal to my pick from before I came across Miles again. I was champion Chosen for the longest, even with my crew, critics. We were debating back and forth, and I think I won that little debate because they were kind of okay with the Jaden Smith pick, and I was just like, nah, it's not for me. I can't see that at all. And then when I told them who, and they looked it up, they were like, okay, they were on board. They were like, yeah, they couldn't even argue it. So you guys, I honestly want to know, what do you guys think, and who would be your pick to play none other than Miles Morales in a live action Spider-Verse or Miles storyline? Please like, comment, let me know. I want to hear what you all think. If I'm off base, if there's anyone that I missed, because I trekked, I looked, I searched far and wide for even like Afro-Latin actors under 25, younger, and honestly, there wasn't really that many that hold a lot of weight in the industry, which is sad. There needs to be more representation out there. But as far as the people that are on my radar and my team's radar, like, these were my picks that I think could actually do justice to this cast, this character. So yeah, my top 5 and my extra 6 to me, I felt like was a wasted casting on the Runaways. Even though it was an okay show, I think he would have been great for Miles. But that was back before they were probably even thinking about a Miles. But I would love to know who you guys think, who your picks would be to play a live action Miles Morales, or if you agree with who I picked, or on any level. Please like, comment, share, and please make sure you subscribe. And of course, for all more and more movie news and trailers and fun stuff, podcasts as well, check out wearecritics.com, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.